GM, welcome to this week's episode of the Fantasy Top Deck Building Series. I'm your host, Carpenter of Web3. Alongside me, as always, is my big brain brother and frog, HK. HK, how are you?
Yeah, doing well, doing well. Being a bit more chill lately. Because I'm leaving my job, so everything's become a bit more freed up a bit, time and everything like that. But doing well. Excited for the episode today. We've got ISO Beast. ISO Beast, how's it going?
It's going great, man. I'm really glad to be here. You know that I've played fantasy for a long time. I think I was on like a Spaces months and months and months and months ago with like Makesy, I think, talking about it. But this, I think, is our first time on stream together. So really looking forward to it.
Absolutely, yeah. It was, I think it's like the week you became, or the week after you became a hero, like you, Makesy, myself, and I think that this is the first time 710 was on a space as well. But I know 710 was like, you got ICO beast coming on this space? I'm coming. I was like, all right, let's do it. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever been on a live stream with you. Same with HK. But yeah, we're super excited for you to be here. And I still think from any hero that's been added, that's, because you were in the first cohort of heroes, but anyone since then, you are the best hero that's been added, which is super sweet.
Well, that's very kind. I would say that I think some of the guys in this most recent round are absolute killers.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is fun to have been added. I guess I think it's like October or something. So it's almost 8-9 months.
Wow.
And to still be able to compete feels pretty good.
I think from a growth perspective, definitely though. Just because I'm doing a bit of a research project on some fantasy data, right? And I was just looking at the data, and it showed the heroes follow count from the start of the first tournament till now. And I think yours was like 9,500 or something when he joined, and
Yeah,
now
it's
it's like
crazy.
50 something thousand.
Yeah,
Insane.
you've added almost 40,000 followers since midway or late last year. It just really crazy stuff.
It's been like you went from like, and what's awesome is you went from just kind of like a hero to a main character, and you've never changed, right? You're still the same ICO that we all know.
Well, I try really hard to stick with what works. And honestly, like the reason I'm here is because I love this stuff. Like crypto is my favorite hobby. I used to play a lot of video games. I used to do things like that, and I spend pretty much all that time in crypto. And it's because it's really just fascinating to me. I haven't had something that really captured my interest like this in a very long time.
Absolutely, yeah. It's that's one of the things I think we see I see the most of when I look at it. And I'm sure everyone else does too. Like, there's a lot of like when you hear about what brought people to crypto, it's either they had like a financial background or like they were into gaming or a combination of both, and they stumbled across it. And then those are the ones who stay, right? That's definitely like this why I came in. And I feel like the ones who really take off kind of are the ones that stay true to themselves and then also have the ability to absorb information and then, find those early trends, which is what we try to do in fantasy with the heroes.
Yeah, no. Finding the trends early is important, especially in fantasy. Like, I think ISO Beast was trading at like 0.05 a common or something at the start, and then I think Arcspace, the whale, right? Just swept all of his commons. Like it went all the way to like 0.1, 0.12, and then all of a sudden ISO Beast was just hitting top 5 every tournament, and no one could get a hold of his card because it was up there with the Greg price and the Ansem price, but. Yeah, no. Usually when your follower count increases, it's harder to like maintain that same sort of level. But I think you're pretty much top 10 every week, right? I saw.
Jen, I've had a couple weeks where I dipped into the like top 15, top 20 range, and honestly, it is a little bit tough to maintain some of the placements and scoring, largely because I've gotten hit by a couple of bot waves over the last like 6 months. And once you get the extra follower count, I don't know exactly how the fantasy scoring algorithm works, but I will say it was a lot easier to score in the top 10 with 35 or 40K followers than it is with 55. And I don't know if that's I don't exactly how all that plays together, but I do notice that I have more followers that just kind of are like lurking at this point than there were a couple months ago.
Yeah, and I think that like one, I wish there was a way to kind of, which Elon's kind of doing it. I feel like especially you put a screenshot out a while ago of like your analytics page where it shows like who follows and like unfollows, which honestly I think the unfollows are really just bots getting nuked. But I wish there was a way to kind of like get rid of those nuked followers.
Yeah, there's some like tool that some people are starting to use that's supposed to like eliminate some of your inactives or like I think they call them like low quality or bad quality followers, which I'm assuming is like these platforms have just like branded them as inactive or fake or whatever. And so I'm curious about all this guy. I think, like personally, I'd like to have something like that to use on my account because you don't really want like I'm not about vanity metrics and not about like oh this person's got 100,000 followers whatever. But like it would be nice to have a better representation of like who is real that actually engages with you and is like actually following on because it like that does trickle through to things like your engagement ratio or like your engagement percentage. And so when you wrap like you get 10,000 more followers, but none of them are real, they're not engaging with you. And so your metrics that you're like looking at from, hey, how exactly does the audience like listen to me? Your impressions and your engagement go up, but your engagement rate goes down, and that feels bad because it's like, well, it's the same core group of people, but somebody like made my like vanity metrics that everybody sees go up. And so it makes it actually harder to kind of track if like what you're doing is still resonating with people because that number is like one that does matter. And when you have like inflated follower accounts, it's just hard to get a good read on exactly what is like hitting and what's not.
Yeah, I think it's called Circle Boom. I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. And I'm just worried about using it and it like doing something that Twitter doesn't like and then getting
And getting
yourself in,
nuked.
True, yeah.
or like getting suspended or getting in like Twitter algo jail or something because we just don't know how a bunch of this stuff works.
Yeah, and you don't want to get in the bad books of X, right? Because I've noticed a lot of accounts that get suspended now find it's very difficult to come back unless you have connections, right, in the space and stuff like that. But yeah, I wouldn't risk anything like that. Definitely.
Yeah.
I guess Circle Boom is partnered with X.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they came
I
from
didn't
7
know
to
that.
HK and X fighting over. Put here, you put it up. 7 did or
There we go.
HK.
There we go.
I was putting it
7
up. You were trying to put it up. We kept knocking it down.
Yeah, there we go. Circle Boom is partnered with X. There we go.
That's actually pretty cool.
Oh, that's great. If it is partnered with X. Oh yeah, official X partner ensuring. Well, shoot, I may have to actually look into using it then.
Yeah, because that kind of clears you of any like wrongdoing, right, or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, that'd be
Yeah.
great too, just to clear out like totally dead zombies and all that, because like that's ultimately I think a drag on account growth because a lot of people just look at that follower metric and think, oh, it's going up and we feel great about this or whatever. But like you can kind of lose some of your hunger if you're like, oh yeah, I'm gaining 1,000 followers every couple weeks or whatever. And like if it's largely just dead weight that's like not real people, then you're not doing yourself a service if you think that like everything you're doing is normal and good and that people are resonating with it. Because it's like at the end of the day, you want to post what you love and you want to post what you're interested in, but you also do want to make sure that people like are actually enjoying what you post because that is how you continue to grow an audience.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's like, because I feel like that's the main thing is like some people look at the, like you said, the following going up, where the first thing I look at is like the engagement percentage more than the like interactions or like the impressions. Because I'd rather have a higher percent of, and then also look at like the verified followers compared to total followers as well.
Yeah.
Because I know like the like that'd be a verified follower. You have to put money up, but really the lowest level I believe is pretty inexpensive. I think it's like what, like $5 or $10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's not bad.
and then a ICO piece. Are you cool sharing your fantasy screen? Kind of go over your port, and then
Oh
if
yeah,
you
my
want,
deck, sure.
yeah,
Sure.
and then also you want then we can talk about anyone you're kind of looking at.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna play this kind of like we did with bread, which is we're excited about. normally when we bring heroes in, like they fall in like two baskets, right? Like they either play and like we get to bounce ideas off each other, or they are like noobs like Star Platinum, and we teach them the game, and then like get them hooked, right? And
Totally.
so like Bread was the first one that here we brought in that really like was even like almost like teaching us stuff. I feel like that's where you're going to be too, because like looking at your deck, and you've been playing as long as all of us, so
we played a long time. I think I really beefed up the deck in the last couple of days. This was like last weekend.
Yeah, I remember.
Dropped a good bit of ETH buying. I bought Kalio's Soulbound card, which is kind of hilarious.
oh,
That was crazy.
I didn't even know
wait,
that
that really
was a
happened. I
thing.
thought it was a rumor.
No, that
No,
was
no.
for real.
Let's
Apparently,
go.
the bridge over to base like unsoulbound all the cards, and he
Yeah.
listed his, and I was like, well, I mean, somebody messaged me about it. I didn't know it was his until after I bought it. And I was like, well, I mean, it was a good price. It was a good price.
Absolutely.
I think then we start seeing some other heroes listing, so we were like, yeah, we need to turn the website off, maintenance mode. No, but I think you're pretty much going to be like, you've got a deck that I get top 20 every week, right?
Yeah, and hopefully better as time goes on.
Yeah.
Okay, my eyes were messing. I thought I was just like, man, I'm tireder than I thought. That's just not a language I can read.
I'm guessing German. I don't know.
Yeah, I think Esso is Esso's a beast. Ego is pretty unappreciated, or he's overlooked. He's helps with 7-7 partnerships, and he's the
Nice.
community manager for fantasy. He's not on X a lot because he lives in Discord, putting out fires there all the time. But yeah, he's definitely a underappreciated member of the community team.
Nice.
But I still don't know what. For us not smart people, I need that in English, Esso.
Not sure if any of us speak German or
Yeah.
or it might be Dutch. I don't know. I never know the European languages very well, and not any experience there.
Yeah. We got a question from Tommy B. Who does Beast want as a 5th legendary?
I think we're gonna find out.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, maybe. That means that he reposted the stream.
Oh, in his language. Okay. Oh, did you translate it?
Yeah,
Let's
Google
go.
Translate is just so good. It's so
Nice.
good.
Let's go.
Oh wow, somebody bought a card. But yeah, no, I my 4th legendary. We're about to make that on stream.
Yeah.
As far as 5th legendary goes, I do not know. I'd love to have a Clemente legendary, but
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
I know Otto's going after one too if he doesn't already have one, and he dropped, like, he DM'd me the other day. He's like, I'm dropping another 100K. And I'm like, bro,
Like, man, I wish I played Wolf Game in the back in the day and made
Yeah,
just a
right.
crazy amount of money off of that.
Didn't he
I
make
think
like
that is
6
one of my-
figures in like 2 days or something?
Yeah, man, people were making crazy money in the NFT run. Like, I wish that I had been actively engaged with the culture then, because like I was good at ICOs. I made a lot of money playing those, and I like did well with memes, did well with AI. I feel like NFT season was like truly the like, as long as you got a pulse, you can make a ton of money. And I regret not being active when like that was really getting started. So I have NFTs from like 2017 and 2018 before we called them NFTs. Like everybody just called them ERC 721s back then. And like we didn't have this concept of an NFT, even though they were non-fungible tokens. And I have like Ether tulips like on the pre-migration legacy contract. I've got the original Ether mons, like a whole bunch of crazy stuff that's totally worthless, even though it's like pretty old. But I just didn't engage with the culture side of NFTs when they got crazy, because I was busy IRL then. And it's a big regret, because I think I would have made a lot of money.
You definitely would have.
Were you around when Ether Rocks? Is it Ether Rocks that were?
I was around before those. That's
wow.
the problem. Like I have NFTs that are older than those, that are older than the Basie Mint, that are older than all. Like I was in crypto like holding Ethereum while punks were still minting.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my.
So if you would have been in that, like, would have kind of, but wasn't it a lot harder to find, like, to kind of like find different communities and like niches? It was harder back then, right?
It was, but at the same time, like everybody was kind of doing it at the same time, just kind of feeling it. Like I was using like random no identifiers, no KYCs, not like no details on these like random sketchball offshore exchanges to like arb differences between exchange prices. Like you'd buy some kind of random shit coins on, I mean, back in the day, they all were like, oh, these are utility coins. They were all just totally worthless. But people would release white papers, so you'd like sort of try to believe they were building something. And you'd buy them on this one exchange, like Liqui was one of them that I'd use. And then you'd like send them to Bittrex because there was a difference in the price that was like non-negligible because ARB bots just like didn't exist yet. People were still trying to figure out how to do all of this. And so you could manually ARB between exchanges. It was like, it was absolutely the Wild West.
That's insane.
Man, see, like I thought that's a crazy thing. Like I thought I was early joining. Like I was buying stuff in like late 2018, but like I didn't really get into the space until like 2020. Like in well, yeah, a little bit in 2020, but really like DeFi summers where like I got hooked. And that's when I first found Kicks or speculator ETH or whatever his ad is. I just know him as Kicks.
Yeah.
But he him and Easy helped me make a good chunk of money back then. Of course, I round tripped like 90% of it, and my wife, eventually watching my stream, she found out I round tripped it, but so she helps me take profits now. But
it happens. I think everybody outside of just like a very small percentage of people have round tripped a ton of money because you just like it takes a little bit of pain to learn how to sell.
Definitely.
It does, definitely does.
Right.
All right. Here we go. All right. I know they're talking in the comments about Mosey. Never heard of Mosey until he was added as a hero, and then
he's one of my favorite accounts on CT right now.
So did you know him before he was a hero? Or follow him before?
Yeah. So there's like a group of a few different accounts that are like he's probably one of the bigger of the like 5 or 6 now, but they like regularly post a lot of really interesting like expose content on like the shady stuff that goes on in crypto. And so like it's like him and like Venture Apologist, who's like a Big Bird PFP, and a few others that are just like they'll regularly post about, hey, this right here was really sketchy, like quoting something or like talking about like some raise that went on or some project that's coming up and like with some kind of cryptic message. And then like a few days later, it'll come out that like, oh, this group raised X amount of money or, oh, this like there was some scandal here. It's they're just like very well connected. And it's pretty interesting to like nobody really knows who any of these guys are. And I think that's totally fair and like honestly probably a good thing. But they're very, very, very well connected in like the VC circle. So it's kind of interesting to speculate on all that.
Yeah, I think what stood out with Mosey was his engagement for the follower count he's got is pretty insane, right?
Yeah, he's only 10.6.
Yeah,
I realized it was so low.
Some of his like posts just take off like crazy, right? So I got his Ray last week because I was like, it's about time, right? Because he's pretty solid card to have every week. But yeah, no, even I didn't know about him before he became a hero. So yeah, there's plenty of accounts that I probably wouldn't have followed, especially in the new one like CGR. Sorry, I think I said that right. Star Platinum's another one. Yeah,
Star's blown up lately, man.
it's
I'm glad I was grabbing his. My only regret is not just like biting the bullet and grabbing the last 2 I needed commons, but I'm still determined. Like as you know, HK, I'm very stubborn, so I'll wait for a long time to get those mids.
I was talking with him last night actually just about how to optimize for Twitter and everything. It's kind of interesting because I had like an article that I wrote yesterday, like very brief, like it took me 15-20 minutes to throw it together, and it did really well. It was kind of a parable
good article.
Play to earn being dead, and probably also other grinding mechanisms being dead because like there is no user retention and the marketing value is pretty low. but it like got really good traction for a Friday afternoon. Like it came out around 3:00 Eastern on a Friday. That's typically like super dead engagement wise, but did really well. And so we were talking about like what makes the most sense for engagement, like how the algo pushes stuff and when people are around. And we kind of came to the conclusion, this is the way I'm thinking about it, that articles are like very good for baseline engagement. Like the algo serves those up a lot, but threads, for whatever reason, have a much higher virality potential. And that's why guys like Star are so good for fantasy, because he's cranking out like a legit thread almost every day. And the multi-post, like if he's got the right main post, and generally he's like trying to hit something that's like very relevant for the day, then those have potential to like really take off because people want to share it or they want to retweet it. And so it, like if it hits, it's amazing. If it doesn't hit, it's got a much lower floor as far as engagement goes. And that's where I saw like I think if you're like building an account or thinking how to do it, if you want a safe floor for engagement, articles are a good way to go. But if you really want to take a swing for the fences, a thread seems like it's got much more pop off potential.
Actually, see, I'm glad you said that because I've been thinking more about, even though I do most of my stuff, because the way I see it is like if I have enough enough that I want to say to put it in a thread or an article, I might as well just do a long form video. The more I talk to Clem, those don't do so well on X. So I think I'll kind of still post it on X, but do it towards like YouTube. But I've been going on back and forth about whether I should write it in an article or thread form. I think I'll stick with thread because like I don't think I've never written an article, and I don't think
I think that with article, if you're writing long form and you want to include videos in there and images, with
you
my
can put
sort of weekly
videos
posts,
in articles.
yeah.
Oh,
In my sort of weekly sort of fantasy post, right? It doesn't work well with the long form or even just threads, just because there's too much stuff to mention, right? But with one thing I've done recently is like I do a post, maybe after a few hours I comment under that post and then keep commenting. What it does is like over time it kind of boosts the original post like impressions, right? So for example, I might post about Infinex, right? I play Bun Run, and a few others do as well. And I kind of just comment on the post again and again. It does all good overall. But otherwise, I've not really done much threads unless when we get new heroes. I usually do a thread on the new heroes, right? But I've kind of switched to articles lately because, like ISO said, like my articles get a good push. I don't know, maybe it's just the algo or something like that, but within the first like half an hour, it does very well within the sort of impressions and stuff. But the only thing is those articles drop after the tournament, so my score can't really benefit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been really consistent as a hero as well. That's why I
Yeah,
grabbed you and made you a rare this week, which I
yeah,
upgraded quite a few.
yeah. I saw. I think it's Juninho, something like that. Junin.
One of the top whales.
He upgraded to my legendary just
Oh,
1 or 2
geez.
days ago, right? And I was like, okay, now there's a bit of pressure, right?
So what is there, like
That's
only 2 of your legendaries now? 3?
I've got my soulbound, and obviously there's one more. That's it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as your legendaries are getting minted, that's when the pressure gets on, right? But no, he DM'd me saying, I'm gonna get your legendary for long term, right? So fair enough.
So basically like
uh,
saying, hey, pick it up or keep it up.
yeah, yeah. So do you have your fantasy app opened? I think we'll start getting into.
Yep.
I do have it open.
And then have you used StreamYard much?
No, I have no idea how to do that.
So if you go down to the bottom, you'll see a screen with a plus in the middle.
Okie doke.
And then click that, hit share screen. And then if you want to just do that window, go to if you just want to do that tab, go to tab and then click on just that fantasy tab. So then it won't share anything else, just that one. You can still play on your computer and everything.
Share screen, you 2 monitors. Click share screen. Oh boy, my computer is angry about this.
Oh.
Huh. Oh, okay. Hold on. Open system settings. Window, entire screen, just the tab.
Yep.
There we go. Boom. How
does
that look right?
Yep. Let me fix the sizing
perfect.
here. And then we'll be perfect. Or actually, let me see here. We go.
Nice.
Oh, we lost one of us. Here we go back to the other one. Doink. Nope, that's not it either. Where'd
There we
it go? Well, there. Now we're all 3 up. All right.
All right. I think this is happy now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sick. So we wanna upgrade some of these CLs real quick.
Just do it. So, one of you two want to give them? I'm gonna fix the layout here. One of you guys want to give the background of what happened in the green room before the show?
Right. So we've seen CL scores going up. His actual reach and engagement's gone up as well in the last few weeks, right? So obviously ISO thought, sweep the floor. A pretty cheap legendary here, right? If he continues that way. And I don't think many people play him in their top elite deck, so it's a bit of a differential there as well. So yeah, he's got a lot of cards here. Let's hope he gets a skip. So
I
ISO on
hope he does.
upgrades. You have
Is
to
the
click the
level up
arrows.
busted?
No, you have to click the arrows on
So-
top of the card. So
Yeah.
Oh my
there we
goodness.
go. There
Yeah.
we go.
Well, that's confusing. Travis,
Yeah,
fix it.
it's on the list. It's on. He said.
It's on the list.
Travis
Right.
needs to fix this immediately.
Right. Let's see if it's. Let's hold on to the card. Let's see. Come on.
No,
Okay.
no skip
Nope.
there.
No skip.
Although that noise was pretty sick.
Yeah, when my kids hear that noise, especially the older 3, they come running in. They're like, "Dad's upgrading cards."
I do so many things on mute that like half the time I don't have music or like sounds for a bunch of stuff I do.
Oh yeah.
RIP.
I think it's a 1% chance to get an epic, and then 0.1% for
Oh,
a.
failed to level up.
Yeah, we might need a refresh.
I just do that, and I'm assuming that StreamYard doesn't get mad at me. Cool.
No, yeah. That's
There
what I
we
like doing
go.
the tab thing. It generally kind of keeps away from the StreamYard glitching.
It's still thinking. There we go.
Let's see.
Oh, my
Man,
heart's
imagine if I
pounding.
Imagine if I get a skip straight to legendary.
Oh,
from
that'd be
the,
so
the
perfect.
common. That'd be sick.
That'd be insane.
That'd be awesome.
And that usually tends to happen when you're doing like something like this, where you're kind of
Yeah, a
upgrading a lot of cards.
Mhm.
At least an epic, maybe, but let's see.
I mean, straight to legendary would be nuts. I don't even know what I do.
This one's messing with me because, like, you see how it's kind of like that purple color over by the 7?
Yeah.
And that's where I'm looking. I'm like, oh, and then like, yeah.
I don't know why sometimes I have to refresh the site between things. I assume that it's something with like the way it indexes, but I never know when it's going to let me like keep listing cards or keep selling them versus when I have to reset it.
I think I'm kind of in the habit of just. I just
Alright,
stopped
so-
myself from talking because I'm like, I don't want to be talking if it upgrades.
All blues. Okay, so now we got to push these guys up into purple, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So now 1% chance.
Oh wow,
to
you
get
did
a
sweep a lot.
legendary.
You have
I bought a lot of CL I was not joking.
Well, I think it would be crazy if like you're going to do your last epic to make your epic, and that turns into a legendary. So then you have 4 epics and a legendary.
It'd be pretty sweet. I could
That
run a
would
number
be-
of gold.
Yep, that would be legit.
Oh, we
Ooh,
got
that'd be
one
ideal.
more.
One more. Come on.
Come
Devs,
on,
do
man.
Come
something.
on, skip time.
Put in the Game Shark devs.
Yeah, Travis, turn on the fake random numbers.
Dang it.
We didn't get it. Oh well, we can still at least upgrade this to legendary.
Let's go. The first ever legendary upgrade on the stream. Shout out ICO.
Maybe CL will see this and unblock me on Twitter.
Yeah. If you do see this, yell. Unblock ICO.
I don't know what I did to him, but
There
I
we go.
apologize for whatever it was. There we go.
Someone
we
clip
got
this
the
and send this
legendary.
to CL.
Boom. So that is my fourth
that's so
legendary
pretty.
for the main deck.
And you play it with your epic thread?
Yes, it'll be
Probably,
this
yeah.
5.
That's legit, like perfect. That's what I.
I mean, we can
yeah.
go ahead and
Who's your
throw
other
it in.
legendary down there?
I've got
Free,
a
I
few others.
Oh,
I've
I
got
thought for some reason I thought that
Pearl,
was Marsha
Free,
or Marshu or whatever her name is.
Marusha. Yeah, I had a couple others that I burned.
Yeah.
over
You say you
time.
burned?
Yeah, I burned a few epics and a few legendaries over time, and like They didn't. I think the hero card I got from a burn.
Okay, hell yeah.
And I think I have like an epic me that I'm probably gonna burn at some point. He like did super well for so long,
He did.
Yeah.
and
Kind
now
of
it's
fell
like down here towards the bottom of my page. I don't even know where it
Yeah.
is at this point. But yeah,
Same with
but yeah. So this,
DCF. They both kind of had that fall off.
I think DCF and me struggled as soon as the Info 5 stuff started coming
Yeah.
about. Because they were mainly just,
Oh,
shit
that's such a
posting.
pretty deck.
9104, pretty solid.
I mean,
That's
hopefully
the best
it
deck
goes
we've
higher
had
than
made
that.
here.
But we will.
Oh, that's a
we will-
10K deck, I think, this week.
I hope so.
Uh,
Kaleo's on he's on a trip, so I'm not sure he's going to be as active.
Yeah, but he has been
It takes him
posting.
one post though, usually.
No, he has to post a lot. Kalei has to post a lot in a tournament to get to like top 15, right?
Oh, I was just thinking like
but
top 50.
what I've noticed is Kaleo's still active even though he's on this trip, so he clearly is he clearly is
That's
posting,
true.
right?
That's true.
He's
Yeah,
pretty
he's on the
active,
bus
yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But,
it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see.
Speaking of trips, I need to reach out to him unless you already know. You're way closer, ICO. Is Bread back from Mega ETH? I know Legendary and BR, but
Yeah.
is Bread back from his ICO or his Mega ETH stuff?
I don't know exactly. Do you remember the day when he said he was going?
It was 2 weeks ago.
Yes, I thought the Mega Mafia offsites were 30 days.
Oh, so it might be a couple more still.
So it might be, but I also don't know if he's there the whole time or not.
Oh, okay.
But I thought the Mega ETH like holdups in the various cities were 30 days.
Okay, sweet, thank you. Yeah, because
that could be wrong, but I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because we were HK and I were talking about it the other day, and then when I was listening to Modern Market, I heard him say he's like, "Yeah, sorry for the Fantardios. I haven't been posting as much. I'm out here, whatever." I was like, "Oh yeah, that's why he's going down," which is good for when he's back because he's gonna knock it out of the park.
Well, especially for like the month or two leading into Mega ETH in particular.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's gonna be a demon on the timeline.
Big time.
I picked up 2 red and I got slightly worried because of the last tournament, but then I was like, after what you said, after I asked you, Carpenter, right? And I also found a post where he said he's off site and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of made me feel okay about it. But I feel if he does dip in price, he's a card that you can pretty much get a bit cheaper. And
I'm hoping he does dip because he's on my buy list.
Yeah.
Like whenever he dips, Vo dips, Star or ICO dip, they are my top 4 picks that I always bid on.
So I say if you just go back on CL there and just go on the 24-hour chart, that's what I'm looking at more closely. Just because I feel like he's just consistently hitting 700 every day.
Yeah,
I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah.
He's becoming one of the more consistent heroes. Like
I mean, shoot,
in
if
that
he's
range,
staying in the 700 range,
it's pretty solid for his follower size. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's it's got to be similar to what he was doing back over here.
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe CL is going to come back to more regular posting. We'll see. I mean, it could be that this was a terrible decision, but also it could be. It's one of those things where I need the devs to give us the season 2 payout so I can buy more cards.
That's the second hero I've heard that.
I think
Bandit's kind of waiting for the same thing as well.
Well, it's funny. It's one of those things where like the first group of heroes that came through got like just insane amounts of money in ETH, and like half of them aren't even in the game anymore.
Yeah.
And also like and then now it's like maybe hero payments are a thing, but also they might not exist. But it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's like we play because we love it. But it's one of those things where I try not to toss a ton of extra money in, but I try to like use my earnings from like playing and from hero stuff to recycle into more cards to build the deck up that way.
Oh, that is sweet, actually. So you just that's
I mean, I moved Ethan like back in Blast to like start building the deck, and like traded some. So I mean, I had a Cirrus like common the very first week, and it was worth like 0.7 ETH. And so it's funny to think back on like those cards versus like now you get an epic for 0.122. And so it's like just crazy how much stuff has fluctuated over time. But so you could like trading was I think way more profitable back in the beginning, and now it's kind of like earning from playing is how you really build.
Yeah, and I think most cards don't change like price. Like you can pretty much like if I buy ISO now, you'd probably be priced the same in like 10 weeks. So you can assume pretty much you're just earning from the card, right?
Yep.
Whereas before there was like that thing where one hero's hot for just 2 weeks, and the
Yep.
price would pump, and a few weeks later they drop off again.
I had a buddy that sold a legendary Zeneca for like 9 ETH.
Wow, 9
In
Oh,
like
wow.
one of the first 2 weeks, he got a skip from
Damn,
commons and sold it for
that's
9 ETH, and like that made his whole trading year.
oh, wow. That's insane. What's the highest sale recently? Yeah, it was the Ansem Legendary sold for like 14 ETH or something
How
around.
much?
I think it was
Crazy.
14 ETH
Oh, my Lanta.
around February, March. I think. I think
Holy cow.
DJ Ape sold it to Drunken a few months ago. But I think that's the biggest sale recently. But I think I think Elite's become a lot more competitive lately, right? Otto's
That's-
got his elite army, right? That that's the bar, right? Everyone's competing against.
when he tries to
Uh,
bait people into buying cards to compete with him.
Yeah, he does.
uh, but yeah, no, as soon as he got the legendary, is it Knife, right? That
Oh
was
yeah, it's
now his
lights out
next.
for any. Yeah.
It's a potential 11K deck. I think if Greg didn't do what he did last week, I think he got the field right. Greg
Oh
hit
man,
like
it was
20
nuts. He had
million.
11 million in the first like 7 hours.
Yeah, that
And
just changed
everybody
it.
else was below 900 points. It was like, well, we can't compete with
Yeah, that
that.
was
Yeah,
crazy.
I think
Like,
Greg just showed everyone that what he could do. Like he probably,
Yeah.
I think there was a few weeks where Dip Wheeler and the Bunk guy were like just ripping it, right? Top
Well,
three every
and Dip
week.
had another one. He had another
Yeah,
one
he
last
did.
week that like went crazy, but it went crazy on like Wednesday instead of
Yeah,
Monday. And so he
yeah.
caught up some, but yeah, just insane stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty insane that dynamic at the top, right? You
Yeah.
get a few weeks where Clem's up there, yourself ISO, right? But then there's just certain weeks where these super viral accounts just can't be competed with.
Oh yeah, just total
Greg,
demons.
Dip, like Bonk guy's on a crazy run. Like I know the market share dynamic as well with Pump Fun. Um, he's almost like a consistent hero now, right at the top. And I kind of feel Alon's being forced to post now, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously with the drop in the
Post
market
or
share,
die.
he
yeah.
kind of has to post. Oh, his market. Everyone just feels like Pump's just gonna carry on dumping, right?
It's a
Like if
really
it,
fascinating all-time chart on him.
Isn't it?
insane, yeah,
It's like either he's amazing or just absolute dog shit.
Yo.
yeah. And do you know when he's
There's
mid
no
is when he posts on Wednesdays and it doesn't have time to blow up. So
Yep.
that's when
yeah.
he ends up like top 60, right? Um, but if he posts on like a Monday or like a Tuesday, he's usually top 20. But as you can see,
And
pretty active
if
now.
he's posting, he is staying up there. Apparently he had a whole
Yeah,
day with nothing here.
yeah. I know he did during the tournament. He did it was an interview with Thread Guy. Or was it after the tournament?
And then the
That
whole
was pretty
chart went
insane.
to zero.
Everyone was just keeping an eye on the chart whilst the interview was going on.
There were some great memes after that with like people were juxtaposing the chart with Thread Guy's like reaction, pretending he looked at his portfolio and stuff. Those were fantastic.
Yeah, that was insane. I think one heroes that streamed well off the back of those Thread Guy streams is Jack. Um,
Oh
Jack,
yeah.
the one who clips all the streams, right? It's pretty insane how like I think he gets those clips pretty much. He watches it all obviously and has it clipped up pretty quick. Um, but they go
Well,
super viral. They go
he's a
super viral.
really interesting one because I think he's got probably like what 10, 12, 15K followers or something right now. And so he's got
17 now, yeah.
okay, so yes, he's got a low enough follower count that if you get like a single really pop off post, it
Yeah.
can catapult you. But what's also interesting is he posts like a lot of people that are like trying to optimize for the Twitter algorithm wait like an hour to 2 hours between posts so that like you can get maximum discoverability and all that. He doesn't care. He just cranks out the clips and he'll
Yeah,
post like 6 or 7 rapid fire and like individually they won't get a ton of views because they're like so close to each other. But if one of the big streamers that he's clipping for retweets it, then it'll take off and just go nuts. So
yeah.
it's like a very different posting dynamic than a lot of the other accounts. It's a really fascinating card.
And I think recently he clipped something on Jesse, Jesse
Yep,
Pollard
I
on
just
Facebook.
seen that one. Yeah.
It wasn't this one. It was the one a few weeks ago, and
Oh,
he went
okay. For the
and
bankless one.
yeah, and he just went, it went crazy, nearly millions to the millions, right? It was in the same post, and I think there was another one where I don't know. I saw if you saw GCR retweeted.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he hasn't posted for like a year or something. He
I didn't
Yeah,
see
retweeted.
that one.
Yeah.
He retweeted Jack's because I think Jack clipped something where someone mentioned about GCR.
Well, GCR was on an
and some-
interview with Thread Guy, and it was the Thread Guy interview that, or no, it was
something like that.
no Thread GCR wasn't on it. They were talking about
They're
GCR
talking about
like
him,
making
yeah.
crazy money on the Thread
Yeah.
Guy stream is what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
That's so interesting.
it got retweeted, and obviously you got the Gainsey streams as well, right?
Yep.
He does those as well. And one thing that you got to rate Jack for is he lives in, I think, Australia or New Zealand, I think, right? So the
He's
time
doing this
zones
stuff
that
all like super at night, like
Yeah,
early morning and everything.
the tournament starts when he's sleeping, I think.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, he's proper on it, right?
That's
Because like
crazy.
whenever I'm in DMs with him, he's like says good night as I'm waking up. He's like, all right, I'm heading to bed. And I'm like, oh yeah, I just woke up, no problem. So like it works. Like now if I want to talk to him, like I gotta talk to him on the way to the gym because I wake up at like 3 a.m. to go to the gym, and then like I log in at like 5 a.m. So if I want to talk to him, like I gotta like hop on the computer before the gym. So
That's crazy. Time zones are weird, man.
they're very
Yeah,
weird.
definitely. Actually, do you play silver or bronze or anything like that? Or is it elite usually?
So I play the elite, and then a lot of times I will fill in the rest of my deck to just kind of what I have.
Right.
So it's not like a super targeted for the other decks, just because I'm optimizing now for elite. Like maybe we
Okay.
can make a fun bronze
You could
deck.
give it-
I've got a pretty good range of cards.
You do actually have. I think you can make a banger bronze. So
well, how about we
definitely
do a
DD
little
Makesy,
magic thing, and then we
Makesy,
can figure it out from here. So yeah,
So
Makesy this
Makesy
week.
never likes the auto deck doesn't like Makesy because his one-on-one off.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
goes back and forth.
Yep. So definitely put Makesy in.
Go.
Because he's like a top 1-star.
Stick
I would
Adam Cochran out. You see,
yeah,
you got
take
the
out.
eight stars here.
Yep. And so I'd go let me see what your 3-stars are.
Have you got intern or intern?
Intern or
three-star?
CBB.
I actually maybe sold my interns yesterday. The
Ah,
price
right,
looked good.
Yeah,
The price
that's
was
usually
good,
the
so we
best
got
to
rid of
sell.
them.
That's the
Yeah.
best time to sell is when they get low in stars. I would say I like Apex at 3, or I always QW. I'm big on him.
I'm curious to see because him and Imran like randomly pop off.
Yeah, that's what like it's a
And
gamble
sometimes
with
they
them.
go nuts,
Yeah.
and sometimes they don't
Do
really have
nothing.
any posting at all. It's confusing.
It's very
So
confusing.
I got eight to work with. Do we have any? Are there any twos that I
Zach,
don't have?
Yeah.
there's Zach 3, but he's kind of fallen off lately.
Yeah. If Jen's
you have-
gonna do another bathtub one or hyper liquid one,
He-
she'll be good.
ISO, what's the alpha on KMV? I know he's on a digital
Yeah.
detox. But
Yeah, I
Like
talked with him
hiatus.
last week, and he was just saying he's enjoying life and like trying to like really focus on what matters, and which I totally like. I think that a lot of people in crypto like get so wrapped up in and spend so much
Yeah.
time here that they like have a hard time like disconnecting. And I mean, I think that we're probably gonna look back on this in like a decade and realize that a bunch of us like totally fried all of our dopamine receptors,
Oh,
and like we
absolutely.
like really like kind of lost touch with what it means to be human in a sense. And so I like super respect him taking some time to just like try to disconnect and like recalibrate. I think Merp's done something similar, and a few of the
Yeah.
other guys, Ben Roy, no longer in the hero list, but like he did something similar. And I think there's a lot of value to that. Like if you spend a lot of time here grinding it out, to then make sure you do still have ways to like disconnect and reacquaint yourself with like not being a terminally online human. I don't know if I'd play him at 4 stars this week, but he's doing well. He's doing
I
well.
think
That's good to hear.
I think Signers is probably the only Signers and Jay. I don't like the 2 stars this week. I'm not gonna lie.
I
But
don't either.
Yeah, they're tough.
they're tough
Well,
to
what do
get.
we think about LARP? Like, do we think there's a chance that base coins go on a run and he picks back up?
I do like LARP recently. Like I've kind of been looking, putting some bids on just because with base app and base kind of picking up a little bit or having the potential to. I don't know if it'll be this week, but I'm thinking in the future might.
Yeah, hasn't posted in 4 days. I don't like how he kind of has gaps, so he might just fall out of the tournament window.
More like a gambling play. But
Yeah,
this deck
what
right
about
here, you can
Gaunt,
go.
Right? Like
He's good at 3-star. I like him.
yeah, he goes crazy.
The risk reward on 3.
and then maybe a 5.
Then
Like,
at 5, you have some good picks at 5. Like
Um,
I like Simon this week, but who else do you have?
Cochrane's probably had the highest
Yeah,
ceiling out of all of them.
I thought he was a 6. Yeah, Cochrane's probably the
well, if
best.
there's
5.
some kind of like Epstein thing and he writes another expose, he's just going to
it's
go
gonna
crazy
take
on the
off.
keyboard.
Yeah, he does a 42 post article on stuff like this. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think
love it.
I think Cochrane might be the play here.
I think he is.
Or if you do you have a 7-star possibly instead of Dip? Like I don't know who's in 7-star this week. Kaleo.
Yeah, he has Kaleo. I like Kaleo the most.
You've got a few there.
I like
Fejao,
Fejao and Rectober. I don't like Rectober's content, but I like him as a hero.
Wait, so this is a FOMC week, right? Or no, that's not FOMC. There's some economic data coming out, and so Fijo may have like some pretty big commentary on it.
Oh, so that'd be a good 7 to put out.
Yeah, that's an
I like
option.
Fejao. I'm going to change up some of my decks because I'm going to move my Fejao around.
Maybe throw
too.
Beanie in there if he goes like ham
Ooh.
on Pixel Vault again or something.
Yeah.
What I see is one of your top 3. Either of these 3 first ones are good for this week.
It's either Beanie and Fejao or Dip and Cochrane. So it's either, what combination kind of is most optimal?
I like the Dip combo.
I like the Dip.
I think Dip and Cochrane make more sense for a possible like moonshot.
Yeah, and I
that's
think
that can win. Bronze.
If Gout does what he can do, right, and
he
and DB posts.
I think
like that's
so on DB, right? I think there was supposed to be a crypto report coming out last week, right? And he said if it comes out this week, I'll post.
The report's on the 30th.
But he said to me,
that's on
it got moved to next week, right? Or I think he said end of the month or next week, right?
Yeah, it's coming out the 30th.
Okay, so there's a chance so he should post on the 30th.
And
I forgot about that.
The probabilities are, he's blanked twice in a row. Surely he doesn't blank.
He doesn't
3 times
usually
in a row, right?
do it 3. It's usually twice.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful DB post this week. So I think if you're optimizing for top decks, you got DB in the top one, right?
Yeah, I've got home run swings on pretty much all these.
Yeah, I like that.
That's a perfect bronze deck because it can easily win.
On the Fejao one, I know you've got 3 commons. Have you ever thought of like selling the 2 of the commons, getting upgraded to a rare? Because you've got ISO Beast 8-star. Fejao having another good rare can pretty much.
What rares do you have?
Let's see what.
I thought you have some pretty good rares. I thought you could get a good silver deck in. I know you have yourself as a rare. Like that, you gotta use those.
I have a couple of me. I've got.
I like Cold-Blooded Chiller too at 5.
I like Moon at 4 this week.
He's a good dark horse card.
Yeah, I do. I like him at 4 this week. I have played him in one of my silver.
I like Andy too, but he's at a 6. I like him better at a 5.
Like if your Fejao was like 7-star rare and you had a Mixie common, you could actually have a competing silver deck here.
Yes.
I always feel like with your rares to optimize.
What are the Fejao's common going for?
Because I feel like 0.03.
They've dropped down a bit. They've dropped down compared.
I know they were like at 0.06, 0.05 for a little bit. If they're down, that might be a.
Do we think that OSF does noticeably better with the Rect coin going crazy?
He's on my buy list.
I've got 4 rares OSF. Yeah. I play him every week.
Mando
I know
he's
going to be active. Maybe his ceiling's not that high because of his follower count ISO. So
yeah,
there's also that. But
I mean, stats is an interesting spot there too because every now and then he'll have a card or like a post that just totally escapes crypto Twitter. I mean, it's been a while since we had one of those.
Yeah.
He's currently in Copenhagen next week, so I don't know if he'll
be posting, just not as much.
So he's traveling, so you're gonna have to be lucky for him to like get a good post out.
And he's still off caffeine. Like I have that scheduled to post. Like when he was on our show, he was like, "Yeah, I'm off caffeine." And after that, I got off pop. So shout out.
Let's recycle that and maybe look at the gold instead because I've got a few too that we.
Damn.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Yeah. This is where ICO goes. This is where the ICO goes for sure.
Cyrus is an interesting one because I thought NFTs were picking up. So I was like, Cyrus might take off here for a few weeks.
Still been posting good, though. Like his posts have still been doing very well because he's still finding those like gems like within the NFT. And the
interesting
Pengu coin as well. What do you guys think about Leo the Horseman? I made him a rare this week because I thought he was super undervalued.
his
I got
audience
this
a bit-
out of a burn. I don't know anything about him.
See, I like
he's
it. Like,
got a low follow account. His community is I think it's a Chinese community. I think because a lot of his posts are not in
yeah, that's what I noticed.
English, right?
I had to translate them all.
You have to translate them all, right? And he's got a low follow account, so there's that potential that 1 week he might just go off because of his low follow account engagement thing. But other than that, I don't really know his content because obviously his audience is just completely different.
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a. I like that GOT too.
Yeah, I have the Epic GOT that I've
GOT.
been playing that kind of hosted me last week.
Yeah.
You got another moon, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Your inventory is really good.
The 4 authors kind of posting again, but not that great.
Yeah, it's kind of tough after that with this.
Yeah.
With this
It
mix.
is.
I almost like you just elite farming because you've got so many good commons.
Yeah,
I
you do.
elite farming just seems to be the safer option with the you can pretty much get frags pretty easily.
Yeah. What do you
I can
normally
toss
get
these extras in
frags?
there too.
Yeah.
I think somewhere around 1,500 a week.
You can easily get like that's what
It should be
only-
higher than that.
Yeah,
now.
because I'm getting
Yeah.
between 1,113 and my port's fraction of yours, and so you should easily be getting close to 2 to 25.
Oh wow, 6K, that's pretty decent.
Like
Yeah.
this is a pretty good farming deck, right?
Yeah, that's a beautiful farming deck.
Yeah.
We'll
we
save
farm
that.
elite with commons and rares. HK and I do it.
We'll toss some extras in here and just kind of see how it does. Like
Yeah, oh geez, that's crazy.
I'd almost just call that because 4K
Yeah.
is the 4K is the threshold you want to be looking at, right?
Yep.
Then maybe you can just swap out a few and
And that
get
one's pretty close too, though. Like if you can get I usually shoot between 39 and 40, like 5,
Yeah.
because
I'm gonna swap Tyler just because sometimes he
Yeah.
doesn't post a whole lot.
yeah.
I'd get one of those commons out and put Cold-Blooded Schiller in, just because he has higher upside.
Maybe bandits
there
are
it
like
is.
700.
Yeah.
So that you chill out in just to get What about Alon? Like if he's posting 900 points, pretty much guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like
Exactly.
obviously his average is not great because he obviously is not being.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Schiller's
maybe we'll have
average isn't
one.
great, but he's been picking it up the last 2 weeks.
Let's see what else we
Yeah.
got in here.
Man, that's crazy. All commons, and you're looking at 38, dude. That's
I mean,
nuts.
sure. Let's toss these in here and see what happens.
Hey, that's gonna
right?
get you something. That'll get you.
I-
That could get you 150 frag.
I would maybe try gold or autocomplete now because you'd be surprised. Like I know many people that are farming gold like that way in the same way as elite, but you can actually pick up some decent amount of frags if you just
Yep.
get these mid commons in like that.
There's not as much of a drop off.
Yeah,
we
you'll
think
definitely get
it's a
50
decent one?
frags, and there's a
Wait, you
high
still have-
chance.
How are those all the 1-stars you have of Makesy?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've
wow,
got
we got-
Mixies.
Oh, we should have
Wow.
been. Yeah, dude, that's insane.
I collected a bunch of them a long time ago, and I was farming reverse like crazy before all the nerfs. I would load up reverse decks every week and make a killing.
Oh god.
Apparently, Otto just pulled a dip card. Otto pulled some
Did he?
crazy cards early.
Oh guys, I was
Yeah.
looking at the mold sheets to see because like I'm like I was like want to see like how many people have got skips based on how many times. So most of the people like don't get a skip until like they're in their hundreds of upgrades. But then there's some people that have like a 10% skip rate. They get
That's
super lucky.
crazy.
Like one person has 3 skips out of like 25 upgrades.
Yeah,
Like,
I got
it's some random person. And then like the next person closest to them is like again, they have a butt ton of skips and then not very many skips, but a butt ton of upgrades. It's
yeah.
definitely
Maybe-
an RNG thing.
I don't know if did you guys participate in the legendary Jesse giveaway?
I did not. I mean,
I think
I
I
did, but I didn't.
because I knew I wasn't going to win.
Yeah,
I didn't because like since I'm part of the team, it'd be kind of weird if I did win.
I commented on it, but
Yeah, I commented too. Yeah.
if imagine just like a small account gets started, get a bidding
Oh.
war will start, right? A bidding war for
yeah.
that legendary will start straight away.
Otto will
Oh,
just
yeah.
like DM that person and be like, "What do you want?"
Here's a small car. Enjoy.
Yes.
I think
Where do
that'd
you
be a
live?
few
What are
of those.
houses going for there?
Because
I think
Jesse's just gone.
What do you guys think? Like 2,200 feels pretty low to be farming gold.
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Now it's
Yeah.
like
You
have to
want
go bronze.
you want
You have to go bronze
3,500.
Now I'd go bronze autocomplete. Like put
Just
makes in
kinda-
and then autocomplete.
Yeah. All just
So
put your
slam
Makesy in.
there and then
Then
magic
auto.
and see what happens.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
one
because
thing I
with
would
those
just
maxies, you almost have a cheat code. Like you're guaranteed.
I actually do like.
Like I'm jealous of all the maxies you have.
I like the Selkis card there. That actually makes a lot of sense this week with the legislation coming out, or other possible things, the report and all that.
Oh, that's smart. I might pick some up.
isn't he like super like he hates what's
He's
the
like-
Coinbase guy called Brian?
Brian Armstrong.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
like each other.
Like Brian Armstrong.
There's something that happened there. I don't know exactly what it is, but something happened, and yeah, they don't seem to be best of friends at this point.
No, yeah.
I feel like you. Well, maybe Intuitio is going to be fine. He posts every now and then. One
I
star
like
is
him as
worth
a
it.
1-star this week.
Yeah, it's worth a punt at one.
I'd say him as well. Yeah.
I've got a bunch of him too.
Did you buy that dip or did you pull that dip?
I pulled it. The
What?
first tournament when he got added, it was one of my
Let's
frag
go.
rewards. I've been saving.
Oh,
for
from a
like 2 or
tournament
3 weeks.
rewards?
Yeah, I was
That's even
saving 2 or
better.
3 weeks of frags, and he was
Wow.
in the pull deck.
Is that what you usually do? Is kind of hold rewards? Because I know you bought a lavender pack once, didn't you?
I went back and forth for a while. I was just storing up until I could get a lavender pack
Mhm.
and pulling that, but then it kept being like, oh, I'd get an epic Travis, and I'd be like, well, I literally could have bought toilet paper that would have been worth more.
Someone clip that.
Clip that.
Yeah, clip it.
And so eventually I was like, you know what, maybe we just go with the Jade packs and like get lucky on something, because I got it was like I got a Travis, I got that me, I got a Hero when he was gone for like 4 months. It was just like total useless epic cards, and I was like, I could have a better chance of getting like a high value common with Jades on like 20
Yeah.
shots than a single epic that's going to be useless, and I'm going to burn it and get a second useless card.
So
Yeah, I
wasn't
think
your
Jades are
first? Or go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying Jades are probably the best way, especially if you're getting 1,500 frags. Like you'll always get one good card. That's a good thing.
Absolutely, and I think I always wanted to ask you this. So, like, I'm pretty sure it was your first time you bought a legendary or a lavender pack. You got the thread guy, and is that kind of the reason that felt like? Is that why you kept doing it? Kind of.
Yeah, I remember that.
Well, it was one of those things. I guess it was kind of like gambler's fallacy of like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
this worked once, so maybe it'll work
Exactly.
again. But also, I just like, I mean, for me, this like the frag rewards and everything, like it's all money that's in the casino anyway. Like,
Yeah.
It's not money that I would remember because it's just I've left it contained in the game. And so the opportunity to like get a really high upside spot from doing that feels more fun than like a bunch of commons where I expect to either burn them and recycle them or like dump them into bids. Right? It feels more fun to have that really cool chance of a super high value card.
Yeah, that's what I do with sometimes. Like I never store them for more than a week because they like frags burn a hole in my pocket. But sometimes I'll sit there and be like, okay, I can either buy like 12 Jades or I can buy 5 and 7, and that's what or 1 and 7, like one Sapphire pack or whatever, and then. But it's never really worked real well for me, so then I just go back to the Jades.
Well, I did Sapphires a couple weeks ago, and I ended up getting just like total trash. And I was like, well, that's unfortunate. I think it was like the Cenas and like maybe a KBM, and I was just like, these are fine, but like they're not actually really worth any more than the floor, so I'd better off doing Jades.
I thought KBM was gonna pick up more with Yeet, but I think it's just his follower count.
Yeah, he just got too many followers to score super well, I think.
Because I like his content a lot.
Well, and it's so interesting. Like with the circle boom thing, if a bunch of heroes like went through,
it would change the game.
Called I think it really would. It would shake things up a lot.
Maybe that's the next thesis for buying cards.
Maybe like you get a ton from somebody that posts semi-regularly but has just too many followers that are dead. Like you get a bunch of Arthurs or something for like basement value, and then somehow bribe him to just use circle boom, and then he's instantly a top 15 card.
Let's go.
Think about Pintoshi, right? He's not
seriously. even Kaleo.
Yeah,
like he's got 700,000 followers. I'm like, he gets good engagement. He'd get that same engagement even if he chopped off like 300,000 of those followers.
Oh god,
easily.
Oh, he'd be dynamite locked in every week, like top 3, top 4. Like
there's some funny game theory that could go on there.
Well, my game theory I'm thinking of right now is the fact that I know one hero's most likely going to use that, and I'm talking with him. So I already have one. I'm thinking of like I'm not even waiting to bid. I'm just gonna start sweeping.
After the show,
Just
Yep.
just market buys. Market
Yep.
buys only. The
Yeah, I'm not waiting on
max
bids.
bidding.
Yep.
Cool, man.
You'll start the trend. Other heroes will start. It's like, oh
Well,
wait.
you know, if it turned into like a big revenue sharing thing, you know, like if that really boosted marketplace volume and payouts, there are definitely some mercenary heroes that would jump on that trend immediately.
Yep. Heck yeah. Oh, 1 second.
Nice. So I think, you know, the commons that you have, like, I definitely think one of them can be turned into a rare and then you can compete in silver. I think, you know, you've got your own 8-star, right? Usually, sometimes you drop into a 7, which is
Yep.
even better for silver. And I think the Fezhao definitely. If you like sell like a Tyler and maybe one CRG, upgrade the Fezhao to a rare, I think you can get a lot more out of your inventory, or even a thread guy common, one of those.
Yeah, I've got a few of those. Yeah, so that's a good shout. And like I've been trying to figure out what to do with some of these. I'm like, do I just offload the good commons that I have and like try
Yeah.
to that's part of what I was doing this week. And that's why I bought the CL was I was looking for like a better card, like more consistent than GOT that has like a
Oh,
higher regular ceiling.
yeah.
And like do I dump all the other cards to try to upgrade Thread Guy to a legendary?
All right.
Do
Okay.
I or like dump them all and try to like catch a bid on something like Vo or a Nick?
Yeah.
Nick was a
That's an
hero
interesting one.
that was super undervalued there when he was building on his
He's
Yeah,
up.
Choose Rich Live.
Yeah.
That was a good buy. That's when I
Yeah.
grabbed a bunch of his commons and upgraded him in hopes he was coming back, and he did.
He's a 5-star, right? This week, so I
Mhm.
think there's
I think
potential
he's gonna be
there.
one of the better ones.
Yeah. Yeah, 5-star. I think he's probably one of the better ones this week.
Mhm.
All he's
So
got to do is post a single rage bait with like a
Yep.
Labubu or something, and he'll end up
Yeah.
being like on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. And total escape velocity.
Yep.
No, the one that he did a few weeks ago was where he just obviously he's dressed up one where, you know, he kind of just, I'm a rich man, not I'm single with, you know, this watch and
Mhm.
you know, such and such. Those go like crazy. I think it was like 10. I don't know how many million views that hit, but it was insane. I think
Yeah, just went absolutely crazy.
Clem's been helping him out because
Yeah, he has.
before he did that, Clem actually was sweeping his card. I was like, maybe just it's his mate, right? Why not? But then, you know, he just went viral the next tournament. So yeah,
Yep.
if you see Clem buying him, then you know that's a sign.
That's the inside alpha.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if we see Clem sweeping easies, we know.
Yeah.
Which whenever I took easy, I try to give him crap about well, one about golf, but then also about Bo outscored him. Hoping one of these times he's like, no, I'm going full force. I think that his biggest issue was when he went to kick because he lost a lot of his engagement or impressions on X when he went doing his morning show strictly on kick instead of he used to cross stream it.
Interesting.
But last I talked to me, I think he's gonna like he still scores well. It's not like he's fallen off or anything.
He's also got just tons and tons of followers.
He does, and I think that's when
it's hard to maintain if you don't get like a million view post once you get up into the 100, 200,000 range.
I think him, Clem, and like the ones that are fantasy aware and players, I think they would be more likely, especially now that I already forgot the name of it.
Circle Boom.
Yep, that Circle Boom is a legit partner with X. I feel like they're more likely to use it.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because if Easy used it, that could be huge. Same with Clem, even.
I like.
It'd be dangerous if Clem used it.
I like Waz as a 6-star this week. I think he said he's going to be locked in for the, like at least the next few weeks.
Yeah, he's coming back and posting more.
Yeah, I'm hoping he does well because I picked up another rare this week, and I think he's the type of hero that, you know, can post about, you know, insider stuff as well. I don't know if you've seen, but like sometimes he kind of just, and they go crazy, right? Some of them.
He'll expose some kind of crime or something, and everybody just goes ham on it.
Honestly, yeah. Which probably was might have been one of the reasons he got like someone targeted his account or something a few months ago, right? Do you remember when?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. His account got hacked or something. I don't know what it was, but
I think he ended up getting caught by a phishing email.
Right. Okay.
It's some of the ones that come through are crazy, man. I get a bunch of them these days where they like do a pretty good job making it look like it comes from X, and they like give you a content notice or a privacy violation or whatever, and you, unless you're like very carefully looking at the from field, then you wouldn't know otherwise. But they're
Yeah.
always from like x-management.com or like
Oh,
x dash something,
Wow.
and so it looks legitimate, and it's sent out using like Steam Deck or whatever one of the like major email like management platforms is. And if you
Right.
Google that plus like X, if it's legit, then like the top hits online will tell you, oh yeah, this is used by X for stuff. And so if you're not like looking at the original sender's address, you'd be like, oh, that makes sense that Twitter is using this platform as like management for any of their automated messages. And so it's a pretty clever scam.
That's what scares me about like how like sophisticated the scams are getting, and like when, especially now that my wife's more willing to kind of dabble in the space now that with like Infinex and Base App being like to be able to do all the transactions, that's what's always pushed her away. But I'm still worried about like, honey, just please don't click anything without talking to me first. Like she's really smart, way smarter than me. But like, it's an experience thing in the space, right?
Yeah, crypto's just like messy and complicated, and the
Mhm.
UX sucks in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if I probably told you guys before. Like my entry into crypto was Cardano NFTs. Pretty
Mhm.
crazy, right?
You might be the only person that has ever
Probably the
entered
only.
crypto because
Yeah.
of Cardano NFTs.
Honestly, it's insane. It's insane because the way I did it was I was doing like meme coins on Telegram and all that stuff, right? But then I just searched NFTs and I was like, ETH is just too. Everyone was trading ETH NFTs. I was like, oh, I can't compete with that now, right? So then Cardano NFT started. It was pretty new, right? So it was easy to get an edge, right? So a lot of the trading was done in Discord, and then the NFT marketplace was called cnft.io. So I was supposed to buy this NFT, and what happened was they changed, instead of CNFT, they don't CFNT.io, and it was a scam.
Oh,
And I
well,
clicked
that's
I clicked the link, and I didn't even think of it, and I sent my obviously funds because they didn't have smart contracts ISO, so it's pretty crazy, right?
oh
And then yeah,
man.
my ADA went at the time, and I messaged the person on Discord like, what's happening, and they just blocked me. And at that point, I was like, oh god. Then I went and looked back at the link, and I was like, great,
Oh no.
there's it gone.
I feel like that happens. Like scams are such an interesting thing online because I feel like there's a reason that a ton of people in crypto were like big in MMOs, like old school, like RuneScape, World of Warcraft, and all that, because we like encountered all of these trust scams and stuff as like children, and all of us probably got scammed in one way or another in like the Grand Exchange or the Wilderness or some kind of P2P market that was like all digital and like no real monetary redemption value. And it's so interesting to see that like live on in crypto where the rewards are actually like very one-to-one tangible as far as finances go. It's interesting. It's like I got scammed when I was a kid for a whip in RuneScape, and like ever since then I have never done a trust trade with anybody. I've never
Yep.
like there's no scenario because I'm
It
like, I got
scars
burned on
you.
this once. Yeah, exactly. I was like, I
It
got
does.
burned, and there's no chance that anybody's going to be able to do that to me again.
That's what like started my overthinking slash like everyone's out to get you that emails you. And
Yep.
like I think I like am happy that like I was so mad when it happened though, because I spent so much time on RuneScape, so much time. But as I'm sure you did. But it's a good thing it happened looking back on it. I mean, at the time I wish it wouldn't happen, but it definitely kind of made it better. Like do you kind of catch yourself being like almost like overly
Oh
like
yeah.
protective, even if it's someone like I'm like because once you see those things where it's like, oh, I got hit with someone that's a buddy of mine who like whatever, like haven't talked to for a while, but he reached out, so whatever, like his Telegram got hacked, like even if it's like Bandit or like HK, like when he DMs me on whatever Telegram, especially Telegram, really, like I'll come back over and DM him again, like if it's not a conversation we're already having, I'll
Oh
come over and
yeah.
DM him on Discord or make sure it's
No,
the same.
might as well because it is
Yeah.
just a space rife, because not only are you having to manage your own exposure, you're having to like consider if other people have been exposed to risks that you may
Yo,
not know of.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think a lot of the time, it happens when you're in a rush. Do you know when you're in rushing
Yeah.
something and you feel like, okay, I'm doing this quickly, and you don't think through something, right? And then I would definitely recommend whenever you're doing a crypto transaction, like, look what you're actually doing, seeing what's exactly happening, right? Unless you need to send, unless it's a limited pre-sale, right? You got to do it quick. But anything else, take your time, right? Just in case you don't read the URL properly or something like that. But yeah, I mean pre-sales, like you just have to like go out.
That's the one thing. It's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't usually partake in a lot of the pre-sales and stuff. Well, the thing is, like, generally, like, ICO is the same way. Like, they really make it hard for the US to do that stuff.
Yeah.
So
Thanks, Gary.
Yep.
Oh man.
Right. I think we've been
All
going.
right, fellas. I may have to hit the road.
Yeah, no
I've got
problem.
the baby's getting up very
That's what
soon.
I was assuming. I looked at the time and I was like, because my little man woke up from his nap, and luckily I've been able to keep him cool with some pretzels. But yeah,
Pretzels are a great thing for the children.
they are. But thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
This has been a blast. I've very much enjoyed just getting to shoot the breeze to you guys, build some decks. Thanks for the advice. I might have to look into getting a more competitive silver deck now.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Now we're gonna have ICO beating our butts in silver now too.
Maybe,
Let's
fingers
hope,
crossed. Need to farm all the frags.
let's hope CL does well.
Yeah, and if anybody knows CL, have him unblock me. I don't know. I apologize for whatever it is that I said that caught me the block in the first place.
Yep.
But yeah.
We have the Clipper said he's gonna be making like this comment right here. He's gonna be making that clip, so and getting it out there.
I genuinely have no idea what I did to CL. I actually have followed his stuff with Eagle Capital and everything for a long time, so I don't know what happened.
We'll get it fixed.
Yeah.
Good stuff,
But
guys. Well,
thank
thanks
you so
again
much,
for having me
brother.
on. We'll
All
talk
right.
soon.
Yep.
All right. Take care.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. You want to cover anything quick? And hey, look, I didn't. So anyone watching, the biggest mistake I always do whenever a guest leaves before we like do an exit, I just hit end stream, and then we're sitting there, and she's like, "Oh, we could have talked about this." So this time, I didn't end the stream. So is there anything we want to go over real quick?
Fine. Yeah, maybe deck building. I guess I'll just cover off who isn't gonna post, right? So
You want
obviously
to share your screen?
Yeah, I'll just go to the marketplace just quickly because I know some of the viewers kind of want to know about, who's going to post and who's not going to post. I did post my article yesterday, which kind of covers most of the main bits. But what I'm just going to do
I wish there was a
is
way to pin that stuff, which I'm going to look into it. We might end up eventually switching to OBS.
yeah.
But so if we end up switching to OBS, I'll be able to pin your article up.
Just go to
on the
comments,
screen.
right? I just quickly strolled through the market, right? Ansem's a 7-star this week. He obviously, was locked out of his account last week. I played him in reverse. Obviously, that messed up because he obviously came back Tuesday,
I feel
Wednesday,
so
right?
bad for you.
But yeah, he's 7-star. He's going to be crucial. I like Rosma. I don't know if you saw. I upgraded to a rare. I feel he's picking up the streaming, and I think he's kind of like dropping hot takes about Pump Fun. So I like his card at 7-star. CL, like I said, we already discussed. Pentoshi, Honey, the market seems to be pretty nice going, as in ETH and BTC are pretty much looking good here. I think those are ones to watch. Beanie's kind of on the comeback.
What do you think of Heart?
Heart, I like at 5-star. I'm gonna be honest. There's not many good 5-stars this week. Like if I just do this quickly,
The only first 5-star I really like is Nick. Yep.
Yeah, Nick and Hart are the ones and Cochrane just because of his ceiling.
I like D's long term, but
Ram's dropped off.
Whoa, yeah, I got rid of my rare or my common to his, and I'm kind of glad I did.
I'm still gonna play him just because it seems like a random drop off, but let's see, right?
Yeah.
GG's kind of dropped off, but yeah, no.
Well, ever since you started doing that streamer house, he's dropped off.
Yeah, those don't get exactly the same engagement as meme coins shilling.
I think she's kind of been caught under the.
I do think
I like him as the 4.
One of the biggest cards this week, right? Monad obviously has announced mainnet, announced TGE as well.
Oh wait, they have?
Yeah, 29th September. So they've got 2 months. I think
Oh wow.
I'd like to say intern, a Sherlock are going to be good cards. You got the HK card there. Seeing a lot of volume on my card lately.
Yep, I
There's
swept 4 of
the
them last night and
Carpenter,
made you a
right.
rare.
I got Pavel buying the
You
epic.
gotta support your partner. So
Uh,
eventually I'll
as I
have your
said,
legendary.
as I said in the stream, I think Moon's a dark horse on the 4 stars. I did mention him in the article. Just because I know he's got a high follower count, but he seems to be pretty active in the current market. And I follow his account actually. You know what he's on. I kind of
Wee Woo always has that like viral way of going viral, like just randomly.
yeah. But I always mention Viru in my picks just because you never, maybe not this week, next week. You're gonna get one of these top 10 finishes sooner rather than later. Okay, someone's just copied a tweet. Can you just check that post on the
Yep, I
comments?
got you.
The intern's post. I don't know what it is, but Monad date isn't real. Oh, it's not real. Okay.
Oh, it's not real. That's
Right.
funky. You got my hopes up.
I swear I saw the Monad account post it or something. But,
Yeah, see, I heard a lot of people talking about it this week. That's why I was like,
yeah.
let's
Okay,
see.
maybe it's not TG, but I feel it's not far enough because they've been getting a lot of stick.
Well, they've already talked about mainnet, so maybe the TG is not real, but the mainnet is.
Yeah,
I did see
I
them
think
posting
mainnet
about
soon.
mainnet.
Yeah, it has to be soon, surely, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's 2 years. Is it 2 years? More than 2 years? Yeah.
Oh, it's been over 2 years because
Yeah,
they were
Monad can't
around
get
when I
that.
first got into NFTs, which was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
No, wait,
Yeah,
it's
but
5
I
years
think
ago when I first got NFTs. But yeah, they weren't around that long. But
yeah, I think the date's probably wrong. Yeah. I think Internet 3 star is still probably the best pick just because the rest of them don't seem to have scored high of late. I know the CBB, right? But he did
I
well
like
when
CBB
he did
as a
well because
3.
Pump launched that week. Otherwise, he
Mm-hmm.
hasn't really had much to post about, right? Ice Knife might have a good tournament. Apex, Wall Street Bets is not posting as much.
Yeah, I wonder if I need to talk to Makesy again because he's the one that knows the founder of that. And so I know I said it a couple weeks ago. So for those who didn't hear it, and in one of the fantasy hours like 3 weeks ago when I had Makesy on, I thought they had sold. Like HK believed it too that we thought the rumor was that Wall Street Bets sold their account. Well, they used to have a media team. They got rid of the media team, and now the founder or owner is running the socials. So that could have been bullish, but clearly he has not a lot of time compared to the media team.
Yeah, Smokey had a good tournament the other week because he dropped an article, right? Jay's probably the only one, and the reason I don't like his card is he's just 1 week off and 1 week on, right?
Mm-hmm. And you don't know when it's going to happen.
He does good outside of the tournament, like hitting 800 is pretty good, but he does outside of the tournament, so it doesn't help. But I will probably put him in bronze just in case, right? Otherwise, I even said in my article the 2 stars look pretty bad this week, right? But like 1 stars are probably the good thing is you have a couple of options at 1 star. Intuitio, bit of a risk, but he's a 1 star. Why not, right? Lawrence posted today.
What was his thing too for a while?
He's a twins, right? I think, or something like that. And obviously,
dang it! I just sold his stuff too. I had 3 of him.
He's taking a break with that stuff, so which is fair, right?
Yeah, it can be crazy having one new kid, as you know. Think about having 2 at the same time. Which
exactly.
yeah.
Why do you think I'm having to leave my job? Because I'm just not. My timing is not.
Well,
great.
I'm glad you're leaving your job because that means I get more time with you.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll probably be a bit more. Yeah, I'll be full-time cricketer, but it's not like I'm going to be staring at a screen all day. But I'll be more like
no. It's
throughout the
awesome
day.
because
I'll
you
be
get more
putting
time
hours
with the family too.
Correct. Yeah.
It's like a perfect more crypto time, more family time. It's a win-win.
Yeah,
Wife's
100%,
happy, kids happy.
100%, yeah. And then obviously Makesy and DB, right? I'm pretty sure we all know that's going to be a pretty popular pairing, right? Just for silver and bronze. I'll just quickly look at the 6 stars this week.
There's some
Funny,
banger 6 stars.
I forgot to mention one hero actually back up 4 stars, Lucas.
He has 4.
I was supposed to be buying his card on Wednesday because I saw his where he was going to fall, right? But I just got lazy and got distracted and
you pulled the carpenter, went squirrel.
And then I was looking at his card today. I was like, 0.04, surely it's a bit steep, right? I'll just pass. And
What was he at when you were looking at him Wednesday?
0.021.
Oh, so he's went up almost
He's double.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, that's the benefit of buying early, right? But yeah, no, I faded that because I just lost. Yeah, a lot of things going on right now. But yeah, I think he's going to be a strong card in silver, bronze, and even gold, right? But I like Tyler D lately. I think he's kind of his charts looking more top 50-ish more than before. I think did you get one of his cards? I don't know if you did.
Yep. Yep, I pulled one.
I like his card. And then pretty much covered. I've accumulated Jakey now. A few weeks ago, I was on Spaces, right, and he mentioned something about getting in touch with Mr. Beast, right, about some sort of content, right. Now, I don't know when this is gonna be or something, but I bought a rare and a common just lately, just because I don't know when that stuff's gonna happen, but I don't want to chase his card when it does, because that's potentially a viral moment. Do you like Farouk has a one-off interview and he goes viral? I feel with Jakey, if that ever comes to fruition, Mr. Beast is a big massive.
Well, so Star's in there too.
Oh, is he?
Yep. So there's a bunch of creators. There were some smaller creators. Basically, it was mostly targeted toward people posting video type content. Like whether it was TikTok. I think Star got approved or reached out to based on his TikTok stuff. But they were, Star posted it, and then I had messaged him to see. I'm like, is that just bait? And he goes, no, it's real. So
I accumulated Jakey just because he's still a consistent card right now. He scores 600 points every tournament, but at the same time,
he'll be number one when that happens.
Whenever that happens, he could be number one, right? Pretty easily.
Because he's the biggest creator that got approved for that.
Yeah, and I like to buy cards like for an event that happens a few weeks down the line, just because.
Kind of buy the rumor, sell the news.
I probably won't sell just because I got him at a good price. Yeah, because I'm buying him at this price, right? I'm pretty sure it'll probably increase by the time we get there. But that's the reason I bought Jakey card. Like I said, I'm not bullish on him next week just because he's a 6-star and there's probably.
What do you do with him like that? Like, surely you don't put him in reverse, but like you just kind of put him in like a more gambler farmer type deck. So
I'll show you my decks while we're talking about it, right? Because I farm a lot, right? I farm.
That's kind of what I wanted. I want to see your decks.
In Elite, I kind of just use 4 or 5 heroes because, as you can see, Kate, Bandit, Tyler, Easy, and all 4 decks. The top deck is slightly more high ceiling because it's got my legendary, it's got Alon, Thread Guy.
What have you been scoring? Like, what are you about averaging with your top 100?
6,000. It's about top 150. It's getting more competitive.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Eventually, I think that's going to continue too. It's going to keep getting harder.
I will buy an epic eventually, or even legendary.
Be honest, I wanted to ask you this. So I was watching old videos because I'm clipping some of our old videos, right? I'm making that compilation or whatever the heck it's called of our streams. But remember when you had, I don't remember who the second one was, but I know it was a Bandit legendary, and who was the other one? Shoku. Yeah. So if you would have known, which we always knew you were going to be a hero, but do you wish you would have kept those now? For now.
Not really. I didn't think. I think the hero thing. I probably at that time, clout wasn't even a thing. We didn't even know heroes we were gonna get. So at that time, I wasn't even thinking I'd become a hero. To be honest, so I never knew that I need to keep them.
See, I always knew you were gonna be a hero eventually.
But the reason why I don't regret it is because that Bandit legendary turned into like a Greg and Ansem rare.
Oh, it did. And you sold pretty high at price, didn't you? Like back then, the prices were high.
Yeah, and since then I've been actually able to compete in silver. Now my rewards kind of just picked up crazy when I did that move because I was mainly around 2K frags, right? But as you can see, I'm increasing. Like this week was just a one-off. It was my best ever week in fantasy. Insane rewards. But as you can see, I'm hitting 4K, 5K frags every week now. So I'm glad.
That's crazy because you look like you're producing double or no. You're producing almost triple ICOs
on a similar plot.
Yeah. That's why like optimization's key.
Part of that is ICO be busy, right? I spend a lot of time on this. So it's very easy to optimize when
He
you
needs
have
to
time.
hire you as his port manager, his port
Yeah.
fantasy port manager.
I spend quite a lot, and my content is fantasy based, so it makes it a lot
Yep.
easier, right? But yeah, no, yeah, I like my inventory now. I think I've settled into a decent
Hey,
collection of
Your
rares.
port's getting better every time I see it. Like you're
I
always
do.
making moves.
I think the next move I want to make is getting a dip rare.
You're crazy. I'm
Just
trying to get a dip comment.
just because I miss out on like silver sometimes when he goes off.
And is he still shadow banned? Because it's crazy. Like what I really like about Dip is even when he's shadow banned, he does well.
Yeah, one thing about Shadowban is it doesn't last that long, I've noticed. It maybe last 1 or 2 days, but if he hits a post like after that, right, he'll do well.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's mainly it, I guess, from the obviously. But Jing Tao still suspended, Stoic Savage, Bruce still on private. So those don't expect much from those heroes. Anything else?
Yeah, Dip's still shadow banned.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, and that's what I think. Like his followers are all of his followers are so active, and like every one of his followers engage because of like we know the type of people that kind of there's some goons in the space and they like his content. So I feel like no matter what, because shadow banning doesn't hurt you, it just doesn't show you to new people. It'll show you to your followers. It'll show you to people with notifications on, and we know a lot of people have notifications on for Dip. So I think it really helps
Yeah.
him. And then when people
Yeah.
share his content, or bookmark it, it gets it out. It kind of beats that shadow banning, right?
True. As you can see, his 24-hour charts kind of dropped, which kind of probably is in line with what you're saying, right? In
Yeah,
terms
because
of
he was unbanned and then he got or not. He was shadow banned, and then I think it must have happened again recently, which scares me
probably,
a
yeah.
little bit. Because if you're getting shadow
Yeah,
banned multiple times,
maybe committing to his card might be a bit
that's
whatever.
kind of what I was getting out. Yeah,
Yeah,
because especially you being my brother, I'm like,
yeah, probably. Yeah, I might just get a comment, like you said. But
and see
yeah,
what happens.
I'm aiming for 2 epics soon. I think I've had a few good wins in the virtual side of things, and I think it's about time I start playing gold. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I want to be on that gold leaderboard as well. Gold league. I only play silver currently. I did play gold competitively once, and I got like top 50. So yeah, no, I think that's my next step. Getting a good 2 epics, which I can farm in elite or play gold when on the maxi weeks, and yeah, I'll probably do that from now on. So I'm eyeing a few epics, and yeah, that's my next step. But anyways, yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. Unless anyone has any questions or anything else, I think we've pretty much covered everything there.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I think that was a great episode. And yeah, I feel like as long as we've like you've got time for it, because my Saturdays I usually leave pretty open. But and again it's earlier for me. When after we have guests, as long as you're good, kind of do like I like this. Kind of just touching on anything we missed for the people who like this part, so we can give them that little bit, even when we have guests.
Yeah, I think it's a deck building stream, and I know a lot of people tune in just to make sure their decks are okay, and they've hit all the notes before they start building them, right? But yeah, no, we would probably do this after the guest leaves, after every.
As long as Carpenter's not a dummy and hits end stream, I won't do that no more.
No, it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Because sometimes these streams can be long, and you're like, okay, let's just end it.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's leave it there. I think we've pretty much covered everything. It's been a good stream, and thanks for everyone tuning in.
Yep. Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys next week. Also, next week on Wednesday, I'll have Greeny on a fantasy, just like a random fantasy stream. I'll have Greeny, big trader from the Bodagos. He owns GTG too. That will be at what time is that? 5 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday because he is in a crazy time. So yeah, we'll just be talking about the trading aspect of fantasy and then also teaching him V3. So it'll be a little onboarding, a little bit of trading. So that will be Wednesday, and we'll be back next Saturday.
Normal time. Normal time, right? 10
Yep,
Eastern.
normal time next Saturday. Yep.
Yeah, nice.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
See you.
Bye.
All right.